Good evening, I'm your host Prasad and you're watching KiniNews. It's 2022 and Dr Mahathir Mohamad still does not appear to be the biggest fan of Anwar Ibrahim becoming Prime Minister. In fact, in an interview he said people are losing interest in the PKR president because all he talks about is wanting to be Prime Minister.
Pejuang chairperson Dr Mahathir Mohamad said he still needs time to deliver a verdict on whether there is a rift between PKR President Anwar Ibrahim and his deputy Rafizi Ramli. In an interview with Sinar Harian, he said he believes that Rafizi understands that Anwar is no longer as popular as before. Mahathir added that if Anwar wants to keep talking about how he was abused, people will not care. He also said Anwar has nothing more to share and he only talks about wanting to be Prime Minister. Hence, Mahathir said he needed more time to evaluate whether Rafizi is really rejecting Anwar or is this just PKR's political strategy. Rafizi has been at times critical of Anwar since 2018. In December 2020, he openly warned Anwar that the latter was surrounding himself with opportunists.
1MDB has received financial assistance from the government to service its debt, which now stands at over 30 billion ringgit.
The remaining debt commitment of 1MDB is 32.08 billion ringgit as of June 30th. Finance Minister Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz said this is with an estimated foreign exchange rate of $1 to 4 ringgit and 50 cents. Zafrul said the government had, between April 2017 and May 2022, channeled financial assistance in the form of loans or advances totaling 10.85 billion ringgit via the Finance Ministry and Minister of Finance Incorporated to pay off 1MDB's debt commitments and interest. He said besides the government's direct financial assistance, 1MDB's debt interest is also being financed using 1MDB's asset recovery funds kept in a trust account under the MOF. He revealed this in a written reply to Parliament. Zafrul said that as of June 30th, 1MDB's total funds recovered amounted to 19.28 billion ringgit in various foreign currencies, including the US dollar, Singapore dollar, and Australian dollar.
Najib's hopes of being represented by the Queen's Counsel has gone up in smoke after the court dismissed the application.
A Queen's Counsel from the United Kingdom would not be representing Najib Abdul Razak in the upcoming 42 million ringgit SRC International Corruption Case appeal. The Kuala Lumpur High Court this afternoon dismissed an application to grant interim admission to the bar for Queen's Counsel Jonathan Laidlaw. Judge Ahmad Kamal Shahid ruled that Laidlaw has failed to show that he has special qualifications and experience to handle the SRC appeal. The judge noted that the SRC case's issues are quite capable of being handled by Malaysian lawyers. Kamal pointed out that SRC trial judge Muhammad Nazlan Muhammad Ghazali, while acknowledging the case involved new points of law, also noted that the issues are not too difficult to be handled by the country's judiciary as well as lawyers. The judge also ruled that he agreed with submissions by the Attorney General's Chambers, the Malaysian Bar and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee that the appeal can quite competently be handled by local advocates and solicitors. He then dismissed the application without any order to costs. The federal court has set 10 days in August to hear Najib's final appeal to quash his conviction as well as a sentence of 12 years in jail and an 210 million ringgit fine.
The man who insulted Islam in a video has been slapped with a 50,000 ringgit fine after he pleaded guilty.
A food delivery rider Muhammad Nur Muzil Muhammad Razali was fined 50,000 ringgit after pleading guilty to uploading a video which insulted Islam on his YouTube channel last Saturday. Judge Ahmad Rizki Abdul Jalil at the Sessions Court in Sepang meted out the fine in default of 6 months jail. The 39-year-old was charged with making and initiating the transmission of the offensive communication using YouTube with the intention of annoying others. He was charged under Section 233(1)(a) of the Communications and Multimedia Act. The prosecution was conducted by Deputy Public Prosecutor Nur Azizah Aling, while the accused was unpresented.
Meanwhile, in PKR, Saifuddin Nasution, who failed to beat Rafizi Ramli for the deputy presidency, has been reappointed as party secretary general.
Saifuddin Nasution Ismail has been reappointed as the party's Secretary General. This is after he lost the bid for the PKR deputy presidency. This is among several decisions made during the PKR Central Leadership Council meeting chaired by its president Anwar Ibrahim on Wednesday night. Anwar announced the decisions at a press conference following the meeting. In addition, Nurul Izzah Anwar has been confirmed as the party vice president. The appointments decided at the meeting are as follows. The vice presidents are Nurul Izzah Anwar, Saraswati Kandasamy, Awang Husaini Sahari. Treasurer, William Leong. Information Chief, Fahmi Fadzil. Chief Organizing Secretary, Zahir Hassan. Meanwhile, Anwar said PKR will arrange the delegates for the next Pakatan Harapan MPP meeting on Tuesday.
Bersih gathered outside Parliament today to send a memorandum to protest government intervention in Parliament. Not only was it received by a government official, it was also received by a former Prime Minister.
Bersih gathered outside Parliament to hand over a memorandum calling for parliamentary independence to lawmakers today. Its chairperson Thomas Phan said Parliament should function as a check and balance system without disruption from the government.
Parlimen selain berfungsi untuk mengubah undang-undang, turut sama berperanan sebagai mekanisme semak dan imbang bagi tujuan mengawal dan memeriksa tindakan badan eksekutif. Bagi membolehkan Parlimen menjalankan tanggungjawab memeriksa urusan kerajaan dengan bebas daripada gangguan kerajaan, maka institusi Parlimen harus diberikan otonomi pentadbiran dan kewangan yang sendiri.
Bersih's memorandum was received by former Prime Minister Dr Mahathir Mohamad and Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar.
As a member of Parliament, I have a duty to listen to what the people think about things. If they have something to protest about, as a member of Parliament, I have to at least know what they are saying, and where possible, I would have to support or promote this request. That, I think, is my duty as a member of Parliament.
Meanwhile, upon receiving the memorandum, Junaidi expressed how the suggestions contained were something close to his heart. He said from 2010 till 2011, he was involved in trying to enforce this, but the government could not fully do it. However, he said he is now in a strategic position to do so, and just yesterday, he received the approval from the speakers of Dewan Rakyat and Dewan Negara to reform Parliament. Other MPs present were former Education Minister Mazli Malik, Lembah Pantai MP Fahmi Fadzil, Petaling Jaya MP Maria Chin Abdullah, Bandar Kuching MP Kelvin Gee, and Subang MP Wong Chen.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.